Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session, the first one of 2024. It's been a long time and we are back in business. We have people joining right now, so we're going to give them just 1 minute to get started. And in the meantime, we're going to play some music.
Yo, online store owners, listen up now. I'm about to drop some knowledge, show you how Customily, the best app in town. Let me tell you why, so you can wear the crown. Then you can wear the crown. Personalization is the name of the game. If your customers have personalized pain, customized products so unique and cool. Spread the word, don't be a fool. With Customily, the store will stand out. The possibilities, there's no doubt. From t-shirts to mugs and everything in between, your customers will feel like a dream.
Okay, let's check again if we are all in here. Welcome all those joining us right now. I would like to know if you can see me well, if you can hear me well, and if you can see the presentation that I just put on top. Let me know on the chat. Okay, great. Well, it's been some time. We took some months off, but we are back in business. We are very excited about this new season of live sessions, and we're going to get started right away. For those who don't know me, my name is Josema. I will be your host today, but I'm not alone in this endeavor. Joining me also backstage is Cecilia and Exe. They're going to be on the chat all the time, answering questions, sharing links, and helping you out along the way, passing questions, and so much. So I welcome Cecilia and Ezequiel as well. And we're going to do double check to see if we are all on the same page. You can see me well and hear me as well. Okay, great. So it's been some time since our last event, and we are excited to bring back this space where we can share tips and new tools, learn a lot about Customily, answer live questions, and clear all doubts you may have about the app. Now, whether you're a regular attendee of these events or it's your first time with us, we're really happy to have you here and hope that you're going to be joining us along the way in future live sessions. Last year, the live sessions were focused on explaining how to create different products and designs with Customily. Now, this year, we decided to make some changes. Don't worry, we will still teach how to use Customily, but we are also going to talk about trending products and designs, special dates we can capitalize on, some marketing strategies, and we're also going to have special guests. So I invite you to actively engage with us during this session by asking questions, sharing your thoughts in the chat. The webinar is designed to be interactive, so let's make the most of it together. Okay, before we jump to the content, let's go through the agenda of today's session. Since this is the first live session of this cycle, we have planned something interesting for today. We are going to start with a review of the latest features and upgrades we have released and how you can benefit from them. Then we will open a Q&A space so that you have the opportunity to ask questions and tell us what you want to see in upcoming sessions. So, what's new? And let's see the latest updates and upgrades and how you can benefit from them. Remember, Customily's roadmap is actually a open roadmap. It's a public roadmap. You can see what features are being developed, what features are gathering more votes, what is more popular. You can suggest new features. You can vote for other features, comment on those other features that you see around the way. So always check in the app. You will find ways to suggest new features and see how our roadmap is coming along, because you see what's coming next and you will see what we are going to be developing, as well as double checking what we're going to talk today in previous releases to better understand what's going on with Customily. You see, we are very restless and we keep growing and changing. So some interesting news for Etsy owners. Customily for Etsy has been improved these past few months. First of all, you can now connect multiple Etsy shops to your Customily user, making it much easier for you to create custom products for your different stores. And since the stores are under the same user, you will only pay one subscription fee. So you can add as many Etsy stores as you want under the same Customily user for just $49 per month. Only transaction fees will be applied to each store separately. It's the same system we have for Shopify already. We have upgraded this and extended to Etsy as well. Also, talking about Etsy, we have another amazing improvement is that the orders panel that you may be familiar with this on Shopify is now available for Etsy too. And not only will you get the information about your orders here, but also the information about your clients. Yes, you now can check in Customily who made an order, their email, a link to their corresponding preview to complete the personalization, and also see if they have completed it or not. This way, if for any reason your client missed the first email and haven't completed the personalization yet, you can copy the link and send it to them again. So no more lost orders. You see that you will have this copy personalization link button that is very easy to just grab that link, send over to the customer as a reminder that they have to submit their customization to finish the order. Now, once they have submitted the personalization details, this gray button you see there that says go to details will become available, and you will be able to check the production file, the preview, whatever uploaded files they have, and all the personalization data that the customer submitted. So this is a very handy improvement and system that you will find on the Etsy interface in Customily. I'm going to do small pauses as I jump from one feature to another, just in case we have some jumping questions on the chat. So I asked Cecilia and Ezequiel to let me know if we need to go roll back and repeat some of the features we're talking about. Okay, jumping to another type of features that we have released. This is more related to the, this is the this is a snapshot of the details panel. That was really interesting. I mentioned this, but I didn't show you this picture. This is where you can check the personalization, the production file link, and the preview link, as well as all the details. Sorry, jumping in for the next newest release we have, features. We're jumping now to features related to designs and the design studio, and we have now something called masks for map. This is one of our latest feature, and personally one of my favorites is these masks for street maps. This brings a lot of versatility when it comes to designing with street maps for all kinds of products and special dates. You can see some examples here. We can see that you can even combine the masks to get, for example, two maps that form a heart. Before this, we had to craft these masks using software, image edition software like Photoshop, and we had to create a PNG with transparency. So now we can just apply the same quick black and white system we use for the image placeholders to the street maps. And that's amazing. Let me quickly show you how it works. I'm going to stop the presentation and share the screen. And you have to tell me if you can see my screen. Okay, double checking. First day, we're going to double check everything. Okay, if you can see my share screen, you will see that I'm in my store start screen, and I'm going to create a new design. Of course, I can just create a new template as well, but I'm going to click new design. Okay, let's call this, I was just going to show you how the street maps now can support masks. As you remember, image placeholders will have the chance in the image behavior to upload a mask. Now we have the same behavior for street maps. So if I were to create a street map in here, I will start with this standard square, but in the map behavior, when we usually pick the initial location and all the styles we want to offer, we now have the upload mask. And this is amazing because now I can just grab any black and white image like I saw before, for example, this house, and I apply this to the map. Just as easy as that. The same way we have done with image placeholders, we do this for this. Of course, this doesn't affect anything related to the styles. You can still apply styles this way, like that, and it will always shape up according to the mask. I did mention the example of the heart, and I crafted those masks for you. If I were to create another map and I were to change this to, let's say, vintage, for example. Yeah, that could be one example. Or modern. Yeah, I like this one. So now I'm going to apply a mask. This is actually a long mask, so yeah, that will be more proportioned. Yeah. We can even put a select initial location that doesn't necessarily has to be the word map, just like that. Yeah. And we can actually, I don't know, Control C and V to copy and paste this map to have the same shape, right? And I can just come to the new map that I have and change the mask. Just clicking, I just remove the mask or upload a new one. And that's it. And this other map can have another, let me see this. Yeah, I like this one. Another mask, another style, anything like that. We can make sure these are aligned, so we can grab these two and pick, I don't know, top. Yeah. And just until they are connected. Yeah, there you go. And now you have a map, sorry, a heart shaped with two maps. This is amazing because this allows you to focus on markets and occasions that not usually are the classic ones. Let me go back to my presentation to show you. Right, for example, you can grab these designs, these ideas, and let's say avoiding big holidays of the year like Mother's Day or Valentine's Day because of the heart. We can focus, for example, on graduations, on wedding seasons, summer, Pride Month, etc. So, for example, we could use two maps like the one we did to create the heart, and this could be a wedding invitation or a souvenir, using the location where they met and where they will get married, or where the bride and the groom are from. We can also think of a map in the shape of a graduation hat to be framed in a canvas or a t-shirt. I mean, it's endless, the possibilities. With this advantage of having the mask, you can now think of where to put the map, actually, instead of this is a map, right? This is the interesting focus. So let's jump to another feature. Importing layers from. And this is, I'm going to do a small pause here. We can now import layers. Remember, layers is the main structure of your design, of your template. Basically, whatever text, image, or placeholder you create, that's a layer. Now you can import layers. Whatever you created that it took you a lot of time, and you crafted all the fonts and all the sizes and shapes, and you found the right size, and you found the right font and settings or images, everything. You don't have to do it again. You can import that. You can import layers from other templates or other designs, or even Photoshop PSD files. And I'm going to show you how this works because it's amazing. Let me share screen again. Okay, so I'm in this example again, and I'm going to import layers or PSD files. This is here. When there's nothing selected, you will see this title here, and you can click here, and it's going to open you this this dialog. You can now pick from either designs or templates, and this is very interesting because let's say you are a long-time Customily user and you have been crafting templates for a long time, but let's say that you are now applying the new 2.0 tools to create new products, and you want to use your templates. You want to use these designs that you created a long time ago. You want to use them now for new products that you're going to be fulfilling with PODs, and you don't want to recreate everything. And we didn't have a quick way to translate a template into a design, and vice versa. Now you actually can do it by importing layers. So if I were to pick a design, let's say I'm in a design right now, so I'm going to pick a template. Let's say I'm going to pick the sample pet below, and inside this, well, we have an image upload. This is not the most interesting design. Let's go with the latest one we have done so far. Yeah, let's go with this one. So if I were to pick this template, there's a lot of layers that I can import. I don't have to import them all if I want to. I could just import the ones that I want. Let's say I want to bring this particular map that I crafted with the right design. So I don't want to remember which designs, which styles I pick. I just want this one. So I'm going to put this one, and of course I want the two first name and second name. Let's say I want to import this. I just pick them, click import, and just like that, now we have the right second name, the first name, and the first map. Everything is exactly in the right position. Let me just clean those like that. So this is the design. This is my design here, and I just imported this from another template or from another design. This is an amazing feature. It will help you a lot when you're organizing your assets, when you are trying to recycle and reuse many things. These tools are designed to optimize productivity. So I encourage you to play them and try with them. And not only that, let's say we're going to import a PSD file. So I have this open here. Let's say you're a designer, or you hire a designer, and you're working with Photoshop or any software that can actually save or export into PSD. I believe Canva can also export to PSD. But the thing is, when you have a Photoshop file, you have a lot of layers. And these layers are probably the way you craft your designs. You have a background, you have this light blue background effect, you have the hands clip art. I'm going to toggle some layers so you can understand. This is the hand clip art. This is the father's name. We have the first kid, second kid, the third kid, and we have the title, right? So this is all we have. Let's say I want to import everything, but check it out. If I don't have any background, this light blue effect is actually very transparent. That's why you see the chessboard at the background. It means it has a lot of, it's transparent, whatever you say. And Customily can handle this transparency. So whenever I import these layers, if I refuse to import the background, actually I will have this light blue as a transparency as well. So whenever you're working with Photoshop or similar softwares and you're working with transparencies, Customily will be able to understand those values. And let me show you right away. If I click to let's wipe out this clean. Okay, there you go. Import PSD file. So instead of browsing through my designs or templates, I'm going to click the Upload PSD. In here, oh, let me find. Yeah, there you go. Wrong folder. So it's reading the file and it's giving me the layers available and what kind of Customily element I want to match with those images, with those layers. So for example, this title has been recognized as a dynamic image. Or I could even put it as a placeholder or dynamic vector. This can be translated to EPS as well. Right now, I want this to be, by default, Customily will read the essence of each one of these layers and it's going to put this, but you can actually adjust this if you want. So I'm going to put the title, the two title texts, the first key, the second key, the first key. These are text elements, actually. And then we have the hands clipart and the background light blue. I'm not going to import the white background. In the end, I want you to see that this light blue has transparency also in Customily. So I'm going to click import, and it's going to take a few seconds to put this in Customily. There you go. The same file that I have on Photoshop is now here with all the labels ready to go. The first kid name and the second kid, the first kid. Since Customily reads texts and applies its own settings like the font selection and the alignment and everything, you will find these text boxes to be standardized, but I mean, nothing that you cannot just adjust to your design. But you see how fast you can translate whatever someone gives you as a PSD file into Customily faster than ever. And the most important thing is the transparency part. This background light blue, this is the last of the layers, and it's supposed to be transparent. Now, how can we make sure of that? Well, I can basically create a new dynamic image, right? You see, dynamic images have this small icon. Let me fit to canvas here. Has this icon to explain you how this object works. If I were to grab this layer and drag it all the way down to be behind all this, you see the hand clip art. You see, hand clip art is actually transparent. So that's how you see the lines and you don't see the background. And if I throw this all the way back, I will see that my blue, light blue background is transparent, and this transparency has been taken to Customily. There's a question regarding the effects of layers. I believe layers will have to be rasterized first. I did some testings with the effects on Photoshop that imply sub-layers and effects. For example, the drop shadow or the bevel or embossing. Those kind of effects that go one level inside the layer, those will have to be rasterized before exporting. Yes, because those are exclusively Photoshop related, right? As the way they are structured, you can understand that they will not be exported unless you rasterize. It's an excellent question, so thank you for that. Okay, let me go back to the presentation. Let me know if there are any questions regarding these features. I really appreciated the one you just asked me about the the layer effects. Layer effects, in case you're wondering, again, just one second, are these. Probably you're on Photoshop again. A layer effect is when you grab this layer, for example, and you add fusion options, and you, for example, put a parallel shadow. This kind of effect that generates a second level of information inside the layer should be rasterized, right? I don't know, yeah, like that. And now that has been rasterized, you can export to Customily. So it's very important to know that in case you're familiar with Photoshop. Let me go back to the presentation. Another great feature to talk about. Oh, sorry, we have another question. How about textures? For example, grunge for t-shirt design. Well, textures, if they are PNGs with transparencies, or basically it's a layer with an alpha value, that is also imported into Customily. Now, if they have textures as a mask, I don't think they will export, they will import correctly. As always, I believe that when the effect is applied within the tools of Photoshop, it's important that you rasterize first. You cannot always keep a file that is only for Customily, so you can rasterize without losing that information in the original file and use that to import to Customily. But think about the layers as plain and clear layers with transparencies, not with specialized effects. Or, for example, when you have smart objects in Photoshop will not import correctly, or they will import as the rasterized version of those. So you may lose information in that process. So I will keep an eye on those. As long as there are PNGs with transparencies, they have no problem. When the effects are applied within advanced tools of Photoshop, you need to rasterize. So resuming my, that was for this feature, and I want to jump to this one as well. I'm going to take some minutes with this feature. This is a very interesting feature, but we're going to be also creating future examples to make the most of this. But now you can create a second level of layouts. And this is great because it's going to allow you to have more versatility in your designs and also to simplify some processes, automate also some choices for your customers. When can you expect to use this? Very common that you have, for example, many layouts that help you choose how many people or pets you want to design. You want to customize between 1 and 3 people, right? Or 1 and 3 characters. But then sometimes you want to pick either male or female. So you had to create both coexisting, and you had to show or hide depending on what's showing. You can simplify that, but just having one level of layouts, which would be the number of people, and another level of layouts for each layout. It's going to be male or female, dogs and cats, etc. So this way you can add an extra level of choice within the same layout. I have an example for this. Let me show you. Okay, there you go. So when we were testing this, we created the station product that basically shows this. This is very familiar. This is the layout selection. This is a drop down that says 1 pet, 2 pets, 3 pets. But now, if you created layouts within these 3 layouts, Customily will create automatically these other drop down options. So it's going to give you the choice of cat and dog, and it's going to load the different. I mean, this is just one dynamic image, but if you have 10 dynamic images, it's going to simplify the process because you have those 10 images within these layouts that are within these layouts. And that's the second level of layouts. In this case, basically, I can pick between 1, 2, and 3 pets. And when I pick 3 pets, I can choose cats or dogs. And this is a very simplified example, but you could have, for each character, you could have male, female, dog, cat, or even more choices than just dogs and cats. In the end, they all work the same way. But if you want to offer extra levels of choice for your customers within the original choice, this has been extremely simplified by having a second level of layers, of layouts. For example, this is, in this case, I created this. This is, I mean, I have the example I showed you has one pet, two pets, right? And if I open one of these layouts, I will see two other layouts. One will be the dogs, the other one will be the cat. In this case, we have only one cat and one dog, but in this case, we have two dogs. Let me just throw this, and two cats. This is the second level of layouts. If I were to create this, I have this floating around just for the sake of presentation. I can grab, first I need to grab the all the elements of this first layout, which is the free pets, and I need to create layout. So that's going to create this layout. I'm going to call this free pets. And inside, when I click to open, of course, I have this. I have all this together. Oh, yeah. Have all this together. If I need this to be more, to add an extra level of choice, I can grab, for example, all cats. And you see, now I have the create layout available again. Always check these these hotspots because they will give you a lot of information regarding our latest features. So I'm inside this layout. I'm going to grab all three and create a new layout. All layouts will be optimized with their own ID, so you don't have to worry about that. And when I grab the free dogs and I click create layout, it's going to also create everything within the original layout. I can put this cats, and I'm going to put this dogs, right? Right, yeah. And that's it. You click done, you click next, and you save. And the option set will automatically create all this structure automatically. It's going to create the drop down for the first layout choice, and then it's going to create drop downs for each one of these layouts. So this will have one drop down, cats and dogs. This one will have another. So you don't have to, they don't need to be exactly the same. You can pretty much craft your logic any way you want with this new feature. Let me check one question we have. So does this replace the need to create multiple templates? Well, of course, it depends on the design, but yes, actually, one of the things we innovated when we created the layouts is that you no longer needed to create a template for each number of characters, right? So we usually had to create a template for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dogs, right? The same for cats. When we launched layouts, we were able to summarize all those choices into one single template. Now, if we were to start making choices within templates after selecting certain characters, that second level of choice had to be created using templates. And we're talking about very advanced case scenarios, but it's possible. Now, with this new feature, that's correct, you can also condense again within the same template. So, and not only that, it's also helpful to organize your things. Let's say you're offering between 1 and 10 people, to say something very saturated. Each person will have, let's say, pants, shoes, body, hairstyle, t-shirt, eye color, a glass. Probably each character may have between 8 and 10 dynamic images. And you want male and female. So you will have to, within that 10, within those 10 characters, you will have to have all those 100 dynamic images all spread together in the same layout. Now, having a second level of layout will help you to separate what's male and female, separate what's whatever choice you want. It will help you organize the assets better, see the tree of hierarchy when you're crafting those layers. And the most important thing, when you save and you create the option set, all that logic will be respected and everything will be crafted automatically. We always aim to create these features and tools so when you're just one click away for the options to be ready. I mean, this that you see right now on my screen is just one click creation. You don't craft anything from this. This is all reading your layer logic based on how many levels of layouts you have and crafting all the conditions and the and the relations between one choice and another. So it does simplify the template creation. Complex cases will always have to be, but I think that this opens up ideas when it comes to offering new things within the same product. Let me read the question. For example, if you have a product number one which has the multiple levels and you have a similar product, but not exactly, can you steal the layouts and groups of layouts and create a new option set of another new product? Then you go into the new product layout and you modify or delete as you want for this new product. Yeah, you got it all right. That's great. I mean, you spend a full day creating your template or your design, and you know the next design will have a lot of similarities, but you will change some things. You don't craft from scratch. You don't clone it if you don't want to. You can create a new design, import the layers from that design, and it will of course import all the hierarchy, or you can import in parts if you want to redo the hierarchy. But yes, these features that we have been talking about, the importing and the level of layouts, they are again meant to to enhance the productivity and simplify the processes when you want to reuse and you want to make the most of the dedicated time you did on a specific design, right? And you know you're going to repeat that. And we try to mind ourselves and concentrate, okay, how can I do this to later quickly clone it or save it or replicate that? Okay, sometimes you still need to do a lot of things. Now you can import those things in parts. You can import half of one template and half of another template to craft a new design. That's entirely free. And you can also move around and redo the two levels of layers and layouts that you will have available. I would still love to see these examples you have in mind, but I'm happy to see that this is giving you and triggering you ideas as we speak. That's the whole point of this session. Before I jump out to another feature, I would like to know if this was a very intense and interesting feature. I would like to know if we have some questions about this that, of course, are not being answered on the chat already. Okay, so next feature that we release, and this is more on a lighter tone, we have new filters. The idea is to make your work easy. As you can see, the whole tone of this, of all these features are power your performance and your time saving and the workflow that you're going to be creating. We have a lot of filters now inside the app that will help you navigate easily. Let me show you quickly in my store right now. So I'm going to trash this and I'm going to go to templates. So now you will see that in the templates section, you have this linked to product column that allows you to check out which products are using this template. Also, if you want to just simplify or do a wipe clean, you have the all templates here, and you can pick the ones linked to products, not linked to products, and even the deleted ones can be found in here. Yeah, we have a lot of it. And this can be either permanently deleted or being even restored. That's very important. So now you don't lose things for good. You can quickly delete, or remember that if you try to delete a template connected to a product, it will give you an error because you cannot until you disconnect. You can always search by ID or by name, but the most amazing thing is this one. Let's say I'm going to click here on view detail. This is going to tell me right now what product is using my template. And I have a quick access here to jump straight to the page in which I set up the products in the first place. I use this page a lot to navigate and to quickly find the template that I want to edit or the option set that I want to edit. So I navigate a lot through the product section, but also I can just see, okay, well, when did I use this? I don't recall actually creating this template. So I'm going to click here and check out that this product is called Personalized Passport 2 for Mom, is published. It has variants, and I can click here to jump straight and check out the option set and the template itself and how the product has been set up. So this is a great and quick way to navigate around Customily. Another new filter and search we have is in the option set section. In this case, probably let me show you in here. This is an option set, right? And I don't know if you notice, of course you notice this preview option toggle that we have released a long time ago is a great feature, but also this search bar, maybe not many people find this, but it's actually a great way when you have, I don't know, 40 plus options to filter those options you want to either delete or hide or affect. You know that all name options you need, or all text options you need, you can just type text, and you can find those text inputs that you quickly open them and change whatever you need to change. But you don't have to navigate through 80 options. You just filter by the name of the option or the type of option. And that's a great tool if you start to get acquainted to that. So filtering around in the option set is also now available. Thinking about making your life easier each time, we also have this, creating option sets from templates. Well, no, not creating the option set itself, you know you can do that, but creating an option from a template inside the option set. And I'm pretty sure I can hear your heads popping out and say, yeah, I needed this. And let me show you why. Let's say you have a design, right? And this design has a background, with many options, has characters, has pets, has a lot of things. But then you decide you want to change that design for Christmas edition. You don't want to do another design. You just want to add a tree, and you want to add 5 choices of trees, of Christmas trees in the same design. So you go to the template, you put the tree, the dynamic image with all the 5 tree options, and you save the template. What happens with the options? The options will not update to something new. They will always update to something existing that you add or delete, but not something new. And before this upgrade, we had to redo the entire option set to include the new additions, or we needed to manually craft the option, which took time. Neither of those things were actually really happy ways, because if you had to redo the entire option set, you may lose customizations that you have made to the text, to the character limit, to the swatches. You didn't want to lose that, the order of the things, some extra conditions. You need to keep those things, but you want to add the tree. So how do we add the tree? And now we have this feature. We can come to this. Let's say I have this. Let me come here. I have this option set, right? Let's say I need to add a background. I have the drinks. Now I want to add something else, some extra option. So I just go to the very end of to the very end of the option set, I find the add option. Remember, when we click this, we basically, let me go to the last page so it's easier, right? So I click add option and it adds a new empty option that I can just set up any way I want. This is what we usually did, okay? But now we have this arrow here that allows us to either create options from a template element or import from another option set. And I love both of them. I don't know which one I love the most. I'm going to try the first one, create options from a template element. When I click on that, it will open this dialog box and I can pick any of these. Let's say, well, I don't have much options here, but let's try with this. I'm going to pick this template and I'm going to find within the elements here, right? Let's say we have these layers. We have an image, which is empty background, map, and pin. Okay, but I'm thinking, oh, there's another page. Let's say I'm going to put a mask on this. Write the first name. I'm trying to find the map here. Let's say I'm going to import this. I'm going to create an option from this template. Better yet, I'm going to find something from previous live sessions. It's going to be better. Let me just quickly go to the last page. When we created the LS pin map with star maps, we had, let's say we're going to import this. Has some Christmas and stuff we did. I'm trying to remember something from previous live sessions, something really funny, interesting. I think we have this. We had these gnomes created, right? This bookmark gnome, right? Okay, so in here we had the pick your gnome and we have the text. I'm going to pick the gnome. Yeah, create. So basically, Customily is finding the template, finding that element, and crafting the option based on the content of that element. If it's a text, it's going to try and find the fonts and the colors. If it's a dynamic image, it's going to craft this. Just give it a second when it's finished. There's a comment on the chat that says, I've used the import from another option set, which is really helpful, but is there a way to unlink it from the originally linked template? I haven't noticed that it affects anything, but wondering if it's possible. Actually, when you import the option becomes independent. Of course, it's going to bring the whatever conditions, whatever functions it had before, but you can modify those functions, because basically on this option set, they will probably respond to another element, right? I mean, because you're importing from another template, the IDs of this image will not be the best, will not match what you want to do. So in case you're importing from another template, most likely you're going to be importing, to be honest, this feature you're probably going to be using when you add new things to the original template. So you're importing from another, but technically you're importing from the original one, and that will be perfectly connected, basically. I don't know why this finished. It asked me to reload, so I'm going to, yeah. Okay, let's see if it's added. Yeah, there you go. This has been added. Picture now. Regarding the question we had, when it imported this option, it brought this function. If you're bringing this option, this option from an element from another template, probably this ID will not match what you want to do, right? But you can change it anyway, or even better, you can click here to target the right element in the right template. You can always do this, right? You can find the template you are actually connecting this option set, find the layer, and Customily will match the IDs perfectly well, correct? That's something you can always do. The way I see this feature is whenever you add things to the template you're working. Let's say we are working with this Halloween is better with a dog template or design. Whenever you add new things to this, like a new character for this Halloween regarding the previous Halloween, you will probably create the option from the template element, probably with the same template. Is the most useful um, approach for this tool. Nevertheless, if you have structured the way you work and you want to bring options from other templates, and you know those templates respect a certain ID system, you can perfectly do that. In any case, if you know that these noms are ID number 5 in your new template, just change it and there you go. I just wanted to show you that it's really easy to add another option to the end of an option set that comes from a different template or from the same template with new information, and it generates the all the swatches and the elements right away. On a better example, you can also import from another option set. When do I find this very useful? Basically, when I have worked a lot on enhancing a particular choice. So let's say I'm in another option set. Let's say I come here, I pick one dog, and this is the woman name. The woman name has skin color for the woman and the eye color. Let's say I pick the eye color, right? It goes to the eye color. Instead of these color swatches, I have created very nice and specific swatches. So usually what I do is I locate the swatch, I open each swatch value, and I change from color to image. I click browse and I go and find blue, for example, right? Then I come here and I go green. We have brown. Yeah, just give me 1 second. And we have, well, this is, black, close to black. So there you go. So these are my new swatches. I don't want to do this every single time I have the eye color. So what I can do is, once I know this has been done and I know I work very hard on that master option set, on future option set, I can just find the, let's say, for example, go for the man eyes, right? And I can just come pay attention to this. This has to be connected to the dynamic image number 6, right? And has these conditions. I can just bring that swatch. We're talking about elaborated swatches. I can bring this option from another option set. I can look for the option set in here, open this, and find the options in here and bring it just like that. And whatever reconnection I need to do, I can quickly do it right away. In fact, I can bring it, I can put them one next to the other, make sure the functions and conditions are the same, and then delete the old one. I have done this a lot and saves you a lot of time. Sorry, there was another part of the question that I was reading. When talking about importing from another option set, remember, whenever you import from another option set, double check the IDs, the conditions, everything, right? Because it brings the information that may not be perfectly aligned to what you want to do. That's why I recommend when it's that you first bring the option and check with the one you want to replace, make sure they are the same, and then delete the old one. So if you have made all these swatches, maybe these swatches, you change them once, and then you just bring in the options from the other options. You don't have to do this over and over and over. So that's very important to keep an eye. And another comment on the chat is, on the flip side, what if you want to link the copied options? Or is there a way to do a global change on a common option set? I don't exactly know what you mean by a by a global change. Um, Usually, if you do something global, you probably lose something along the way, and then you start clicking on the hairstyles, and you're changing the shirts and the hair and the skin colors. So, um, I usually recommend, like I said, is you have this man eyes, right? And you want the eye, the nice eyes to show. You can bring it from another option set. Make sure they match with the original one, and then take away the original one. I don't think there's a way to have one change that will affect all copied options. Each option set is designed uh, to dialogue with a specific template, or maybe with some templates. If you want a global, a one change that will affect all copies, I mean that's not something that you can do within Customily. Maybe the best way to go is make sure that whenever you copy that ID is the same always, right? For example, if I know I'm going to be repeating a specific option across multiple templates, I make sure that all those templates have that same object in the same ID. In fact, I usually don't use sequential IDs. Let's say I want this background will always be the same and will have the same choice, the same option always. So that will be like a global option, right? So what I do is I make sure the ID of that object in my template is 100, for example. And my global option, the one that I did in the first option set, will say the dynamic image number 100. So whenever I do the other option set with different characters, different things, and I bring that option from the original set, it always says ID 100. And I know my templates all have ID 100. That's the fastest way to make sure that your replications will always work. You pick specific IDs for specific options that you know that work across all templates. Okay. Could you copy the ID number and then change the ID number, which is embedded in a different option set? Yes, I mean, the moment you import this new option, the moment you bring the knowns here, you can change this. You can change this ID any way you want. You can find it on the template you want to connect. You can change it manually. There's no problem there, but you need to realize that whenever you bring an option from another option set, it will it will bring the original IDs. And you need to be careful with that. That's why I recommend planning the way you use IDs in your benefit. Back to the presentation. I knew it was going to be very interesting. It's going to trick some minds away. But this is not all we have to show today. We have more amazing features. What will happen to these more amazing features? Actually, they're pretty amazing, and they will require a bit more time to explain. So we have decided to include them in upcoming sessions. One great feature we developed is the new mugs update. Basically, now you have front and back designs. How does this work? It may seem a bit complicated at first, but let me try to explain. Most mag print areas are wraparounds, right? So they are long landscape proportionate files. Now, this sometimes implies, right, that you need to create your designs contemplating that print size and proportions. This would become cumbersome when using Customily designs, for example, or any square design. So with our update, you can now compose this wraparound print file with two print areas, front and back, and they are more close to a square proportion. You can pick one or two designs, and Customily will put them together to print correctly in the mug. So you will have the option to print front and back. You can select both designs, or you can just select one design for either side, and Customily will take those choices and put them in the two print areas to compose the print file as a wraparound file. This this is a great advantage basically because we kind of try to design, or we are our mind tends to design in square proportions, not in landscape. So we don't even have to print both sides, or we can think of a design on one side and a quote on the other, or just a nice image on one side and just your name on the other. Now you don't have to create the whole long file. You can just create the two smaller designs, and Customily will put them together. And the advantage is, because these are close to square designs, you can use them on other products that will be less headache than the mugs, for example. Now, keep in mind that this will depend on the print-on-demand providers you work with. For example, Printify and Guten work with the left and right print areas, but Merch One and T-Launch still work with a single wraparound landscape print area. So depending on which supplier you're going to work with, you will have to create either a single design in a landscape proportion, or you can put together two more square related designs, and Customily will do the wraparound for you. In any case, it's going to simplify a lot of the design processing and creation part. Still, we're going to get deep into this in upcoming sessions, right? So if you're interested in the world of mugs, I recommend that you keep an eye on the calendar. Another great feature that we need more time to cover will be the multi-print files. I have to say, I find this amazing because working with my product bases, you can easily create basically whatever you need. And now, if you need different print files to, for example, print front and back of jacket, t-shirt, create different print parts for your sleeves or for your tag, or any other kind of product that implies multiple files for multiple places to be customized, you can craft that in your product base from the very beginning. And it's going to give you exactly the same interface as we talk about in the mugs. You're going to have to pick a design for the front, a design for the back, a design for the sleeve, a design for the label, a design for the bottom from the top. I'm talking about clothing, but think about any box. You can print on the top of a box, on the side of a box, if you are working with packaging. So crafting your product bases now with the multiple print files is a great advantage. And we're going to see this feature with examples more in depth in an upcoming session in June. I know we have covered a lot of things and answered questions along the way, which I love, but I'm going to give you a QA time right now to see what's still buzzing around based on the features we talk about. Checking the chat. We work with jewelry, not mugs. Is this feature possible for an engraving disc, for example? Well, if your engraving machine needs multiple print files, then yes. I mean, what we said about mugs was related to print-on-demand providers. When we talk about my product bases, you can craft whatever you want. And having multiple print files implies having multiple print areas or print sections. So in the case of jewelry, well, you maybe it's not the case of the ring, but maybe it's the case of a bracelet that has multiple parts. You can print on the front, on the back, well, front and back would be a very common case in jewelry. In those cases, yes. I mean, if you need two print files, you can craft them in the production in the my product base. In fact, it's a great idea to include that example in the live session dedicated to this feature. How to use the app with multiple Shopify stores? Well, I do have only one store right now in my user, but when it comes to using the app with multiple Shopify stores, basically on the store section, you'll be able to see a drop down with all those choices. I can show you really fast what would look like on an example of a user that has multiple stores, right? The option sets and the templates and the designs and the My Product Bases, they are all shared. So regardless of how many stores you have in your account, those files will always be there. But if we want to create a product or we want to edit or link a product, we can pick which store we use. Probably we will need to get deeper into this, but when you go to the store section, you should be able to see here your store. Not only your store, but if you click on the drop down arrow, these are all the stores connected to this. Whatever I pick, I can now let's say I go to official demo store. I can click products and see those products from this, even changed it in this, go to settings and change the settings of that particular store so I can manage the behavior and the styles of each store independently. That's pretty much what implies using Customily with multiple Shopify stores. And regarding the Shopify Bloom question, I will have to get back to you with that. We don't have an example right now to answer that question, but as you know how live sessions work, you always get an email after that with any question that was hung out and couldn't be answered at the moment. Let's check for another question before we go. Really excited for the feature to create sub-layouts in a template. Any chance there'll be a feature to combine multiple templates applied to the same product just to simplify or organize our template library? Combine multiple templates to apply to the same product. Well, it's a very interesting suggestion. So yeah, you want to see like those templates that are linked to the same product, probably changing by variants or so, somehow branched in the browser. That would be very interesting. Definitely going to pass this along to our UX team. Okay, well, in any case, if you realize you had some questions there, of course, remember we have an excellent support team available to help you during your first steps and assist you with anything you need. You can reach them via email. You can open a live chat in the app during business hours. Also, you can join our Facebook communities where you can ask questions and share tips with other users of the app. We're going to talk about the next live session. Yes, I pretty much sold you the mug thing during this live session. Yeah, next live session next week, next Wednesday, same time. It's a date, save it. Sign up now for the next live session. We're going to be covering mugs. We're going to be creating mugs the way we talk about today by using one design long with two designs front and back. We're going to play around with a lot of possibilities. It's going to be all about mugs on the next live session. And I would like to check the chat before I leave. Say again, thank you to the team behind the scenes, punching the chat and always saving me from some questions. That's amazing. Always, they will be uploading the video and processing all the information and the chat and everything you give us as feedback. As you can see, we take everything you suggest and put it into consideration. We evolve in our offer. Hopefully, these live sessions 2024 will keep evolving and become even more and more useful every day. So thank you again for this new year of opportunities. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.